And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're going to go through an easy money planning system. Now, let's say you've exercised a lot in your life, okay? Once you come to a certain point, you have massive amounts of goals and everything is detailed. And you're working specific muscles because you've got experience and you know which one you specifically want, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Now compare that to a guy who's just started exercising and he's never really done it and he's trying to get started, but there's just so many things to think about and he's hurting in his back, and it's just, for him, it's just not time for him to work out in the same way that the person who's been doing it for years is doing it, right? How can you compare this to money planning or budgeting? Well, someone who's rich trying to teach people who are money poor to budget is kind of tricky. Those people have massive financial muscles and have details of where their money should go and everything, overview over everything. But for those who struggle to just get started with their money exercises, for them they just need to have something simple. And that's what we're trying to do today with this video. So what I would suggest is to divide up your income into 3 parts. I've spoken about your past self. I've been speaking about your now, and also about your future self. Okay, so let's put that in a budgeting perspective. When you get your income, I want you to divide it into 3 parts. If you have debts, which most people do, you put a percentage that you decide directly into paying debt. And then you put the second part in what you need to pay for now. Basically, your living expenses from a month-to-month basis. And then the third one is your future self. So you've divided up your money into 3. What is the most important one? In my opinion, if you want to be financially free, if you want to achieve huge financial goals in your life and be able to live the dream life that you desire, then I would be focusing on putting your future self as a priority. I'm not saying that you're going to put most of your money there, because that kind of would mess up the past and the now a lot. So, but put something prioritized in the future self column or future self account. All right? And it could be just as little as 10 kroners a month or 100 kroners a month. But you pay that first. And the reason why you do that and you just let it be and you never touch it, and actually it's better if you put it in a place where you won't see it. Okay? You don't see the money, and so you don't take it out. So do that first, because you're building up a financial muscle. You're building up a habit of putting away money first to your future self. This is what is called pay yourself first. All right? And then I would pay my living expenses next. All right? Prioritize. Not necessarily where you're going to spend most of your money if you're in massive debt, but prioritize. I would make sure that I have a roof, basically somewhere I could stay, and I want to make sure I've got my money for foods and basic other things that you know you definitely need. All right? A percentage there. And then your past, you put then what you need to have allotted there. You decide the percentages, but if you have debts, I would massively recommend that you set a specific percentage that goes into that account, and you're uncomfortable in the now section, okay? It's better to be uncomfortable in the now, or else you're not growing, okay? So make sure that you invest a lot in the debt column in order to just pay it off. Just get done with it. Because imagine in the future, you're just going to have two accounts. It's just going to be now, massively enjoying the now, and the future self. I mean, this is the starting point. This is the simple aspects of things, all right? If you've never done financial planning or budgeting before, start with this. Your past, your now, your future. When you wake up in the morning, the best ways to do that is to decide in advance what time you're going to wake up, and then actually make the decision in advance for when you're going to wake up. Because the moment you wake up, you're going to not be in a condition to make wise and rational decisions. Would you agree? You're going to do what's comfortable in the moment, especially if it's a weekend, because you have nowhere to go, you don't have work, you have nothing, and it's kind of like, I want to sleep in. But if you've got a lot of things to do, and the wise, rational thing to do is to actually wake up at a specific time that you've predetermined, it's easier to make that decision earlier than when you are in the moment. This is true when it comes to money planning and budgeting. You want to make your percentage decision before you get the income. And you've got to decide what's going to go where before you get it. Because the moment you get your money, it's so easy to follow your emotions. But money, it has nothing to do with emotions, all right? Your dreams and your relationships and all that stuff, yes, emotions. But planning and budgeting, forget about your emotions. Decide in advance what you're going to spend your money on, prioritize, and you'll be a lot better off in the short and the long term. Because you won't be blaming and you won't be a victim. You will be the one in charge and with the power in your money system. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling, and I'll see you again tomorrow.